and welcome to Closet Conversations. I'm Gianna, your closet conversationalist. I put out videos on Mondays, which is Mommy Mondays, and on Fridays, which is Closet Conversations. We talk about luxury because we're leaning into it. So luxury, art, fashion, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but we really are trying to focus on luxury. Not that I'm very good at focusing on only one thing. But if you like that kind of content, please go ahead and subscribe down below. If you want to join the conversation, that's what it's actually all about. So please go ahead and do that down below. If there's someone that you think would appreciate this kind of content, go ahead and share it. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't like this video, comment down below why not, and we'll see if we can fix that for you. For today, well, I have an update for you at first, but also for today, what we're covering is I've been telling you in a few videos about my special order Louis Vuitton bag that I have. And I special ordered this like a minimum of 20 years ago. So probably about 20 years ago. And from the Boca store in Florida. So I'm going to show you that and I'm going to describe it and stuff like that because I don't have a lot of time. Actually, I do have a lot of time, but I need some rest because I've been doing a lot. So that's what I want to update you on even before I get into the bag, just so that you know what's happening. So I'm also going to put a few shorts on YouTube here so that you can see, because I'm taking you with me. You guys have been with me since day one, which day one on YouTube, I don't know when that was. Remember, I had done a little thing before COVID. I peaked early on so many things before COVID. I was doing the YouTubing. I was doing my bracelet business online. Like I was ahead. I thought ahead, but different technical difficulties caused me not to be able to continue it. And that is really bad because now I'm behind. But I'm catching back up, right? Because from you have life, you have hope. So you're going to do this thing, right? So, all right. So my day oneers this time around, which would have been, I started back in what, December? Well, December 31st, I think, is when I put up my first video this time around. So literally this year. So this year, remember I said that I needed to be back in front of the camera. I missed it too much. You know, this is what I want to be doing. So I'm going to do it and I'm just going to keep doing it. And this is just where I belong, and I knew it, right? Remember, I knew it, you know, I've decided, I've manifested. This is where you say, okay, you believe, you know, and there's nothing else. And so you're going to do it regardless of what situation you have going on. Well, so I couldn't tell you guys because they made me sign an NDA, but I am now a host on the Sunrise Roundtable, which is a show. For those of you not in Jamaica, it's kind of like a View, The View, kind of. Right. But so it has differing points of view. It's not all women though. I don't know if The View is all women. I haven't watched The View in a while. But yeah, so we're going to get different topics, topical issues, typically what's going on now. And we talk about it. So today is my second day. Today was my second day. It was my second day because I already did it. But I had never done live before in a real way. So they had us like running drills and rehearsing and stuff for a while, just so that we could get a feel of how that works. And you know, I had to be going to the set. Also in my lifestyle curator hat, I was actually doing the set decor and layout and staging and all of that. So I had to be on set quite a bit, like leading up to, because, you know, we're in Jamaica and things are not done weeks ahead. Everything is done like the weekend before the deadline. And we're lucky that that's how much we were doing. So So yeah, so it was like early mornings, late nights, um, leading up to, and then now, since we're in the first week, it's like, even though I wasn't on Monday and Tuesday, you want to watch the show because you want to see what your co-hosts are doing right or wrong, because you're gonna have to work with these people at some point, like, because the hosts are rostered, so you kind of move around, so you end up working with various people. I know that they try to keep a balance based on personality types and this and that, because they want everybody represented in the audience. So, so I know they try to do that, but you'll end up, at some point working with somebody. So because of that, um, you watch, and you watch to see what they did as a mistake so that you don't do it, and you see what they did good so that maybe, like, if you can incorporate it somehow, like if they're moving their eyes right, all of it. So that means you get up when they get up. No, they get up a little earlier because they got to be there for call time, which is hair and makeup and all that stuff, wardrobe, everything. But like me, I'd get up like at 5, 5:30ish to watch. And then so I've been doing that every morning to watch them. And then when I had to go in the first day, I was like, I wasn't nervous, but I was nervous. So my stomach was like, I started going to the bathroom from the day before, like 3 o'clock the day before. After we had a pre-production meeting, basically, I went to the bathroom and I kept going till the morning. And I was up. I couldn't sleep the night. I went to bed at like 12:30. I woke up at like 3:30 naturally. And my alarm was set for like 4:30. But I couldn't go back to sleep. So I just left the house at like 5:15. And I had a segment with Tammy that first day, Tammy and IT. The first day I had a segment before the round table. So I did the segment too. And then I did the round table. And that was yesterday. And then because my hairstylist is my well, she's always worked with me along since I was a model, right? So she's my same hairstylist for the past from 2009, I want to say. So 2009 to 2023 is what? How much years is that? I don't know. Sounds like 14. I think it's 14 years. Right. So she's been my hairstylist ever since. And so because now, we're both older than when I was a model. So she's like, dude, I'm not getting up at 5 in the morning to come do your hair. So what's happening is I go to her at night before I have to get up the next morning with my hair done. So I go and she does it. See how she styled this so good? Her name is Tanisha. Her business is called Super Touch. On Instagram, it's at Super Touch JA. And listen, I met Shirley Ralph in her salon, okay? Shirley Ralph, when she's here, guess who does her hair? Tanisha. So, right. So Tanisha did my hair. And so, but I have to go to her at night. And then she does it and ties it or whatever. And then in the morning, I just take off the tie and I'm ready to go. But that means that I have to go to her in the night when I'm already tired. So like last night, I was dropping down when I had to go to her because I had been up, remember, the night before. So the night before I went to her, then couldn't sleep till 12:30, then got up at 3:30, then went to set, did all that, then picked up Lyric, went to work, one of my other works, and then I had to go back to Tanisha, who had customers when I got there. And then she did me, and then I went home, so I was dead tired. Anyway, I was in bed by 9:30, yay. And I got up this morning at like 4 something, maybe 5. maybe 5. And I got to the studio in time, for my call time, way early for my call time probably. And yeah, so now I'm just tired. That's the truth. I'm just tired. And I'm off again now, and I don't go back on until Wednesday. Unless my producer calls me. My producer is Keish. Unless she calls me and needs me to do a segment or another show, or if she wants my day to switch. It depends, because there's so many of us with so many moving parts, and all of us do other things that she might need me. And if she needs me, I'm never gonna say no, because this is what I want to do every day of my life. Like, if I could do this every day of my life, I would, and I'd just drop everything else. But yeah, so let's get into, you got a sneak peek, let's get into my special order Louis Vuitton bag. And I need to preface this to you first. So remember that I said to you that I never loved the monogram from Louis Vuitton. Never loved it. That was the first thing. The second thing is, even though I would buy some edgy and artsy type pieces and stuff, I really do like classics. I really do like clean lines. Like, I was the epitome of quiet luxury once upon a time. I'm not quiet though. And my luxury is not quiet. It makes a statement, and it's a loud statement. But I do like classic as well. So back then, I was more into classic. Like, I was married to a Chinese guy who, he didn't really want attention ever. So it was we were polar opposites, really. So he didn't ever want attention. So I leaned more into my quiet luxury at that time. Yeah, and I made the statement, and the luxury was quiet. So anyway, that was when I special ordered this bag. So this bag is the looping not to be confused with the loop, which is the hobo now that I'm going to show you. This is the loop hobo, right? And this is the looping, which it's discontinued now, but it was a popular style for Louis Vuitton. So they had 3, the PM, the MM, and the GM. The GM was a longer version down to about here, same handle. The MM was a shorter version that had a flap, actually, and same handle. The MM was this, but it was only in monogram and Vachetta here. This handle was Vachetta. And I loved the bag. I thought it had such clean lines and everything, but I did not I wanted it to make a statement still, even though it's quiet. So that's why I went with red. And I liked the structure of it, and I did like epi leather, right? And right, so the only way to get them to do it in red epi leather would be to special order it. So it was a special order instead of buying the monogram. I wasn't gonna buy the monogram. I was not gonna buy the monogram. They wouldn't have gotten the sale if they didn't offer me the special order, because I was like, does that come in at a deal? No, but you could get it made. Okay, let's get it made. And then it was like, we can talk prices on this one, because I need you to understand what it was like back then, because I think it's even worse now. But back then, I think the looping itself was somewhere in the region. See, this is why I don't quote prices, because I don't remember all the prices all the time. But I do remember what I paid for this. But I think the original one was less than $500 at the time. Maybe it could have been $500. I don't remember it much more than that. But to special order this baby was $2,000 at the time. That is a copious amount of money. Even now. So you can't get a designer bag for much less than that, if any less than that at the moment, right? But it's still a heck of a lot of money to pay for a handbag. It is. Not that I'm not going to spend it, but it is. So imagine back then when you could get really cool bags for $500, $600, $800, $1,000. $1,000 was pretty, like you were up there with $1,000 at the time. To go decide that you're gonna buy a $2,000 bag, and you know what burns me about this one is that I wore it quite a bit then, but I don't think it was really quite a bit because I still had a lot of bags in rotation. So I definitely have not gotten my cost per wear out of this. I've not gotten my, like, I know for certain that this was not a good buy. I mean, it's good that I still have it, so it could turn into a good buy at some point. But as of right now, this was frivolous. I mean, I liked it. Nobody else had it. Like, and it's special order from Louis Vuitton. Like, you can say that you've been through that experience. But who am I telling that I've been through that experience? Like, I only tell you guys on here, like, when I'm talking about bags in a bag context. Nobody in my normal life knows that I have a special order bag by Louis Vuitton that sits on my shelf. No. And you know, I don't like waste. So this is a big problem for me. My loop just fell. But yeah. So let me take you through this bag. So this bag it has like a stud or something that holds it so it can go this way. Now they talk to you about the rolled handles. This is how they sold you on it. They will warm up, they will end up bending to your shoulder, exactly your shoulder. So they'll stay on. It'll be like a personalized bag. You hear that fart that I really fell for? No, but I liked the bag. So it's not really them, but I mean, I remember complaining about that and they're like, no, it's gonna form. Well, see, I didn't wear it enough for it to form, but there we go. So it had one zipper at the top. Inside is raspberry Alcantara lining, which they were using a lot of Alcantara lining at the time. And then it has a cell phone pocket. I don't know if you can see, but my phone today would not fit in this pocket because this was back in the early 90s when, early 90s? No, early 2000s, right. It was the early 2000s, the Y2K generation when like the Motorola StarTAC and all these little small phones were being used. So they would come, they were so innovative. All the luxury bags all have these little pockets for these little phones that no longer exist. So every time I pick up one of my vintage bags or something, I'm like, oh yay, I can put what in there? Nothing fits, nothing. But if you guys have these older bags that have the little cell phone pocket, tell me what you put in them, please. You can tell me that in the comments down below because I want to know, because I literally leave them all empty because I don't know what to put in them. Like a wallet can't fit. Nothing can fit. Well, you tell me what fits, right? So also in this bag, it had a side pocket there with a zip. So it's a zippered side pocket, also lined with the Alcantara. And that is all, folks. That's all. And it's not even like it fits a lot of stuff for you to say. And then you can't overfill this bag because it's so structured. And then you'd see like things pointing out or whatever. And then it has a zip, so you have to zip it. So it literally needs to maintain this silhouette, which means that you can't actually put a lot in it. You just can't. You just can't. The longer looping I could have gotten, because I mean, when in terms of sizing, the price difference is never a lot. So I could have, but then it looked so long. It was just not for me. So this was the one. And I love how it looks. I love that nobody has it. I love this red. I do. And it can be considered a neutral, but yeah, no. So there's the LV on the corner. It's only on one side. And I don't know if this is like a box leather or something. that they used. But you can feel the quality in this. You can feel the luxury in it. You really can. And this, as I say, is about a 20-year-old bag that still looks fresh and brand new. Don't worry about the creasing here. All the epis end up getting it somewhere in that region. I think that this happened too quickly, if you ask me. I almost think it could have been a flaw in how they made it. But to be honest with you, I don't remember seeing it when it had just come. So, and I don't know. They would probably tell me that it stretch out, but it didn't stretch because you can't stretch this bag. My Speedy 30 in Epi also has this like by the zipper. But that's because it actually falls in on itself, I think. Yeah, like it just kind of curls up itself and I think it's just an epi thing. I think the epis just got wrinkled. If you have an epi, just let me know what your experience is and if that happened to you, or if it, because it's always in the same spot too. It's like up by where it ends, but the back is just absolutely perfect. It doesn't have an issue. So then that would negate that. So I might be wrong. I really don't know, guys. So you tell me, I don't know. Tell me what you think, what your experience is. It doesn't affect use. It's just for eagle eyes like me. We don't like these things. We don't like these things. But I can still wear it. It's still gorgeous on, you know. So it's that sort of a thing. It's small enough, you know. It's small enough, but still a little big, still making a statement. I love it. But if I were to, first of all, as I tell you, today's days. Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you the wait time. So hold on. They tell you it's $2,000 to do it back then. And then they tell you it can take up to a year. I kid you not. The minimum though was 6 months to wait back then. I don't remember how long. It was long, but I don't think it was, I don't know. I don't remember. It was just a long time when they told me to go pick it up, and it was great. Now I think they are still taking long because I hear people online like about the repairs taking like 2 months and 3 months and 6 months. So I think they probably still take long with the special orders. Oh, and you have to pay in full for the special order before they'll do it. Yeah, they have their stipulations. So, but the thing about it is that once I got it, I like, as I say, I loved it. It took that long. And then it's like, now though, would I do it again? No. Okay, so one, I only have like 4 bags left on my wish list. And one is a vintage. Well, they're all, 3 of them have come out already. So they might not be considered vintage. One is probably vintage. The other 2 are just previous collections that I didn't buy because I couldn't get them. And by the time they showed up online, the people had already doubled the prices. And one of them is very rare. The other one is not, but it's constantly, like, the price has not come down yet. And I'm refusing to pay certain prices. Now, I am not a fan of paying $2,000 or $3,000 for a bag anymore. 1, because of my budget. 2, because I have a child and I know where this money could be going otherwise. 3, because I find that I have a lot of bags so I don't need anything. Because I don't need anything, I'm like, So I have to love the bag. I have to absolutely love the bag. So would I still spend $2,000? Yes. Would I spend $2,000 on this? No. Would I go to Louis Vuitton and do a special order? It depends. But the prices that they're charging and the time that it takes, I don't know that I'd ever I don't I think I'm past that now. Like I think I'm more practical, and you see I can't say never though because things will grab me, Things will grab me. And I can't like lie and say, no, I'm this person. No. I think harder on things now, but if the right thing comes along, it's kind of like, okay, fine. You're the exception to the rule. But in general, no, I would not. And no, I would not do a special order with Louis because it takes too long. And no, I would not well, if the price ends up 4 times whatever the normal thing is, I probably wouldn't do that either because their normal thing prices are now in the 2000 range. So I would guess the special orders would be like 8,000. Oh, well, yeah, that's around where we are actually, because if you think about Pharrell's new Speedy, the leather one that I'm in love with, that I want the green one. No shame in my game. The green Speedy 25 in the leather from Pharrell's collection. If there's anybody out here who just loves me enough that wants to spend that kind of money on me, by all means, that is what I want. But it's $8,000. And that's not even a special order. That's just a normal. So if they're already there with some things, then yeah, the minimum for a special order now is probably going to be in that range. And I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that on any bag. So even though I love that Pharrell green one, the only way I'm going to get it is if somebody decides to buy it for me. Because I'm not buying it for myself. Not at 8,000. Maybe if it goes down, in future and I can get it pre-loved, then that's how I would get that bag. And that would be my plan from day one because I'm not spending $8,000 on a bag. No, I am not. And I don't care how much money I have. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I am personally not doing it. And that kind of rules out the Kellys and the Birkins, but it's not like I liked the Kellys or the Birkins. I mean, I feel like the Kellys growing on me. It has to be green, has to be gold hardware with this crossbody strap and like maybe a 28. And I don't know what kind of leather. Surprise me. Or like, let me get really fancy and say ostrich for 30 something thousand dollars at minimum. But yeah, no, I'm just not there. I have too many options. I have too many to choose from, and all they do is hold my things at the end of the day. Now, I love to look at them, and I like to carry them, and I like them to match my outfit. Yes. But tomorrow I'm going to change out of it. So was that one day worth the however $8,000 that I used? No. So that's who I am. And that's how I am. So if I'm going to get a lot of use out of it though, if I know that I'm going to like beat it out, then yeah, I'll spend a lot of money because I'm like, it's worth it because I'm going to use it. Yeah. So I just don't like waste. That's all. Anyhow, I'm tired and I'm sure you can tell. So we'll catch up next week, but thanks for joining me, and please remember to subscribe, like, share, all the other things. If you want to catch me on the Sunrise Roundtable, they're on YouTube here. So go to CVM TV's YouTube, and there you can just look for Sunrise Roundtable, and I'm in them. Okay, thanks so much. Bye. Have a great week.